Ukraine set to freeze citizens' bank accounts who sidestep war draft. Can crypto help? Zelenskyy last updated February 8, 2024 at 22:41 GMT plus 22 min read. Image by Zelenskyy. Midjourney. On February 7, the Ukrainian parliament approved the first reading of a bill to enforce stricter regulations for mobilizing recruits into the military. It also proposed freezing bank accounts for those attempting to evade the country's war draft. This dramatic move highlights the gravity of the situation and raises questions about crypto's role as a shield against financial censorship. Ukraine war draft. Government takes tough stance. As the conflict with Russia enters its third year, the Ukrainian Parliament is preparing amendments to the mobilization law due to a decline in volunteer soldiers. In December 2023, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy informed lawmakers that the military was seeking an additional 500,000 troops to compensate for battlefield losses. Additionally, Kyiv requested that EU nations harboring Ukrainian refugees repatriate able-bodied men eligible for military duty. The majority have declined to comply with Ukraine's war draft, however. To address this issue, the Ukrainian parliament has approved the initial reading of a bill to tighten mobilization regulations and require citizens to serve in the military. The draft bill was initially presented on January 31, 2024, and underwent revisions until yesterday's update. The revised bill received tentative approval from the parliament on Wednesday, featuring several stringent measures. If enacted, the bill will make evading conscription more difficult as Kyiv is grappling with a shortage of soldiers to defend against Russia's invasion. Additionally, it would greatly impact Ukrainian citizens residing abroad, potentially hindering their access to consular services if their military registration is outdated. This measure is coupled with the proposed lowering of the mandatory mobilization age from 27 to 25. Ukraine's government's strict decision to freeze war draft dodgers' bank accounts and assets is an unprecedented event, using monetary control and centralized finance systems to enforce coercive measures. The Defense Ministry described the Ukraine war draft bill as a series of complex yet essential measures, as they believe these defense measures will bolster the state's resilience in prolonged warfare. They pledged to work closely with the parliamentary committee to ensure all necessary amendments were incorporated before the second reading. Crypto as a respite against authoritarian government. Geopolitical tensions have spurred authorities to seek unconventional defense methods. Freezing bank accounts raises ethical concerns, however. Throughout history, governments have wielded exclusive authority over currency issuance as a form of control. Unlike fiat currencies, which are subject to government control and potential seizure, cryptocurrencies offer decentralized and censorship-resistant means of storing and transferring value. This feature is particularly relevant when traditional banking services are compromised or restricted. Cryptocurrencies empower individuals to retain control over their assets even during political turmoil or economic uncertainty. Thanks to blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies ensure transparency, security, and immutability, thereby mitigating the risk of unauthorized access or manipulation. This decentralization shields Bitcoin from the inflationary pressures and political interference that afflict fiat currencies, which are susceptible to manipulation by those in positions of power. For instance, many citizens are turning to Bitcoin for financial relief in response to Venezuela's hyperinflation and stringent financial controls. By receiving Bitcoin from relatives abroad, they bypass the bureaucratic hurdles imposed by the government. Bitcoin transactions occur directly between individuals without intermediaries like banks. Therefore, Bitcoin represents a pathway to financial autonomy and liberation for many people. Currently, less than 1% of the world's population uses Bitcoin, according to a Statista report. On the other hand, over 50% of individuals worldwide live under authoritarian regimes, according to the Human Rights Foundation. In other words, increasing crypto adoption can greatly empower 4 billion people who lack trust in rulers or traditional banking. Follow us on Google News.